ready for All Access Sports Medicine, the team that treats at the highest level with cutting-edge medical care.
Welcome to All Access Sports Medicine. Have the full team here today. Woo!
We're back.
I cannot. You know what? I am. I'm super happy.
You missed us.
I missed you.
You thought you didn't need us.
I was
next to you.
I was all by myself, sitting at this desk. You were virtual on your phone in Vegas.
I was
fun.
at the NFL draft. I wasn't just out there because I was in Vegas.
Well, yeah.
Not that I made any difference for the draft, but I was out there for the draft.
Did you like it? Did you have fun?
I had fun, yeah. I mean, because we got to do it at a different level. Obviously, Rob Porter, that was the artist for the whole NFL, now the official NFL draft, the first time ever done. It was cool. I mean, it was a great experience. I got to be fortunate to be a part of it. For people that really watched the draft, you would have noticed that Rob was painting off to the side, and we do have some of the pictures that he did paint. He painted every first rounder.
Was it live painting?
Live.
Really?
He's amazing.
Were you the smallest guy out there? Were these guys huge?
I'm not sure what you're trying to say.
Like they were huge, muscular football
To
players.
be honest, up front they're like lean.
Yeah.
But I definitely have more girth to me than these guys.
Wow.
Even the
We're
linemen?
talking about size and girth.
So I
this is a
ran
family
into-
show. What are we
Chase
doing
Young,
here?
I got to walk by Chase Young. I mean, I thought, like, on the field, Chase Young looks like
Well,
enormous.
he's had shoulder pads and a helmet on.
Right. I mean, but I walked next to him, and I'm like, yeah, he's bigger than me.
I mean, they're monsters.
yeah, some
Those
of them are
guys are
monsters.
monsters.
They are monsters. So Rob is a little guy.
Okay.
I mean, he's like 5'8". He's in great shape. He works out every day. But, I mean, he's like Doc. Like, we'll show some pictures.
Yeah.
I mean, they're all just like tower, like, you know, looking down on him, watching what he's doing. But, you know, for him, it was a great experience. For us, it was a great experience. I mean, the NFL draft, I mean, it was great. From the viewing, you got to see us underneath, which where we were sitting. But when you panned out to the audience, there was 40,000
And this
people
was
out
down
there.
Las Vegas Boulevard?
No, they
was-
shut down Las Vegas Boulevard. The first time ever that's been shut down for more than just the
Wow.
New Year's.
Okay.
So that's how big the event was. Like right outside the Bellagio, we were staying at the Cosmopolitan, so we, you know, they have balconies, so we overlooked everything, which was cool. And then it was actually called the Link.
Uh-huh.
So they set up a whole
Was that
infrastructure
the carousel?
behind where the carousel is.
Really?
So they set up
I
the
thought it was like a
whole
wasteland.
NFL experience, which was cool. They had a part you would have been loving.
Well, hey,
They had the
next
40
time, you know,
they had
just
the
ask.
40-yard dash under a timer.
I'm pretty sure if you said, "Hey, Adam,
Let's
you
do
want
the
to go?
40.
You want to go to the draft?" I probably said, "Yeah, sure."
I'm not even gonna
just
tell you
sign
that.
me up. Like,
I'm not even going to tell you we had extra tickets.
oh, see this, listeners, viewers. You see what I got to work with over
the
here.
thing was, I didn't know we were going to.
Until you got there.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? I'm happy you're back. Happy you're safe.
It's cool.
We're going to go over your experience at the draft, not only with you, but also Sam Prince. He actually gave out the New York Giants first
this
pick.
kid is amazing.
Super great story.
So Sam was Make-A-Wish Foundation.
Yep.
Actually, because of COVID and his illness, he was unable to do it he should have done it 2 years ago.
Oh, okay.
So because of illness last year, he couldn't do it. 2 years because of COVID, he couldn't do it. And obviously, he'll tell his story about why he was one of those people. But I mean, typical New York kid, a lot of energy, a lot of excitement. And I got to meet him because we sat near each other at the draft, and we just started talking. And you know, he told me about his podcast. I told him about our podcast. I said, you know what? He goes, I asked him if he could be on. He goes, how about this week? I'm like, I'll see what we can do. But
We
made it
got
happen.
him. Well,
There we go.
we
made
got
it
him
happen.
in. We also are, it's a new month, so our hero of the month,
Oh, yeah.
the Living and Learning Enrichment Center for this month. We actually have Amy Bonzer here. We'll be actually around 5:45, so stay with us for the hero of the month. Dana, we're busy, but I want to make sure. How was your trip away?
Well,
from the desk last week?
It was a nice vacation. Nothing fancy like his. I was just hanging with some dolphins and some manatee and maybe a tiki bar or so. But
we see the tan.
Yeah, the fam.
Yeah,
it was a nice fam. It was really a great vacation. Relaxing.
Good.
Yeah.
Well, we're happy to have you back.
Thanks.
As always.
She's relaxed. I need a vacation.
Yeah.
A vacation.
My goodness. As always, Dr. Pierce on my left, Dana Ponners on my right. Michigan Sports and Spine Center, OMPT specialist. When we come back, we will be doing the injury report, going over the 12th overall pick of the Detroit Lions, Jameson Williams, and his ACL tear. Stay with us. This is All Access Sports Medicine.
At OMPT Specialists, we focus on you by providing one-on-one care. And that's when you see the real results.
When I consider the one-on-one approach to physical therapy, I was really happy with that idea. We had been to several other physical therapy clinics, and OMPT just really stood out.
From back pain to post-surgical recovery to chronic pain, when your doctor refers you to physical therapy, opt for OMPT Specialists.
It is time for the Injury Report, brought to you by OMPT Specialists.
Welcome back to All Access Sports Medicine, the OMPT Injury Report, breaking down Jameson Williams' ACL tear. I want to know, the listeners, the followers want to know, the Lions fans of Detroit can't have another time where we just get hammered down with a bad pick. So I brought you on the desk today so we can actually break it down a little bit. Understand if we do need to be nervous, if he's going to come back 100%, what's that going to look like? And I think before you got something?
Oh, yeah, I'm listening to you. And is he going to come back 100%?
Yeah. And so before we get it, what I want to do is I want to show the injury. So let's show the injury. This is, again, Jameson Williams.
Young, who launches to Williams, who's wide open down the field.
Right
How,
there.
you wonder? He's to the Georgia 30.
And works
So
right down
again,
the middle
for the listeners out there,
safeties are held to the outside.
passes at him. He's actually catching it behind himself, turning around, taking about 3 or 4 steps, and then step, tear. Awkward step. You know.
Yeah, so, I mean, this is, you want to, I mean, the mechanism, this is how silly it is. Everybody thinks an ACL injury is about some type of contact. We're seeing now multiple injuries with no contact. So then we can get into shoe wear, but I don't want to go into that. What they're wearing, how their foot's hitting the ground, the giveaway. You know, we've done so many things to improve the turf, the equipment that they wear to reduce the amount. And here is an unbelievable athlete, unbelievably fit, who it doesn't look like he did much. That leg just turned the wrong way. His body went in one way. He's got vector forces that are just fighting each other, and the ACL would give. I mean, it's terribly unfortunate, but the mechanism, I mean, it's obvious what you're seeing there.
Let's put up let's put up just the anatomy of the ACL tear. Dana Ponners, OMPT specialist, take a look at this. Understand, I mean, this isn't Jameson Williams' knee, but give us a little context of what this looks like, how it happens.
So ACL is the anterior cruciate ligament. There are 4 ligaments in the knee that make it stable. You can see it's a bone on top of a bone, skin bone. So a lot rides on these ligaments. ACL is responsible mostly for rotational instability. So like as Dr. Pierce was saying, it's pretty classic. If you saw in how it was injured, his bottom bone was rotating outward, and his top bone, his femur, went inward. So it's a rotational and just a clean.
So we have right here talking about over rotation, but then also hyperextension.
Yes.
As two factors.
Two different mechanisms. You can get a hyperextension, or once it gives in rotation, you can go into hyperextension and can tear it the rest of the way.
Okay.
But it can tear in a hyperextension by itself also.
Well, it could also tear in rotation by itself. So
by itself, yeah.
What he had a terrible mechanism. Usually it's being hit, so you're hitting the lower bone and the upper bone going into a different direction. So you're hitting from the femur, from the knee to the hip, versus the lower. And sometimes it's just cutting. It's just you're changing directions. Like I said, there's vector, I talk with my hands, vector forces that will cause a shearing effect. And again, it's very vulnerable. I mean, and certain bodies are prone to it. He actually has great anatomy. Like we'll pick on a lot of young women athletes. It's one of the highest injury rates is an ACL injury because of their mechanisms, and we call the angles. So it predisposes them. But here it's just it's you know, is it a muscle imbalance from his upper body to his lower body? That's what we can start talking about.
So let me set it up. Let me set it up with what's what's questionable about this and what's good about this. So that he's so young and that there's no hit, and then he just tears his ACL. That's again kind of unusual that there's no hit involved. This happened January 10th this year in the Alabama-Georgia game. Correct?
Yep,
Is that correct?
National championship game in January.
Championship.
Yes.
So surgery, Dr. Pierce can speak to this, was done at Andrews Orthopedic University by a physician that I can tell, Dr. Kahn. I don't know him, or Kane, Dr. Kane, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It was a clean left ACL, no other damage in the knee, just an ACL repair. I don't know what kind of repair, though, yet. I couldn't find that. The surgeon's protocol, which would be Dr. Kane's protocol that I read about, is return to sport or return to activity in 5 to 7 months is what he's looking at.
Okay.
He's at 4 months right now. So Jameson Williams is now at 4 months in his rehab process. The concern is when training camp starts, is that July, end of July, August, end of July?
For
Lions?
Lions, yeah.
So
Yes.
the concern is he's really wants to play the first game.
So we have some video here of him actually doing some calisthenics. This is his. It's told that this is his training mechanism right now.
Yeah, this is him moving more laterally. There's proprioceptions. There's small fibers, so you can get strong like this. I love this one because it looks like it's so simple, but it's engaging so many things. It's proprioception.
Can you pause that for a second, Spencer?
Balance,
Let's pause that.
neuromuscular
There we go.
re-education
Yeah.
right there.
But so Dana, we're talking about let the listeners know what we're talking about. Of course, if I'm visualizing, I can see him on one foot with the foam on the,
So the left leg was injured. So he's got a band of resistance around his hips. So he's working both sides of his hips, his glutes. And then he's on an unstable surface, which is a foam pad. So he's working on his neuromuscular re-education, his proprioceptive control, and his strength. And again, he's doing functional motions in different planes, meaning that leg is going to go back, that leg is going to go to the side, that leg is going to come forward.
Yeah.
All movements that are going to occur in football. So he's working his left leg, but his right leg is also working too.
And we talk about muscle imbalances. So thank you so much. Talk about muscle imbalances of that. Is that the reason why he's going on both sides? So there isn't that muscle imbalance.
Well, no. I mean, first of all, his leg that's affected is going to be a lot of atrophy, a lot of muscle. So you have to catch it up. But you have to train them both in sync. That's why I say when we talk about certain orthopedic surgeons, they like repair it and like whatever. You're now seeing an elite athlete, and everyone should be able to do that. He's working, it's not just a muscle. You want to get that muscle back to that tone, but you don't want to neglect the other side because you can start overplaying the non-surgical side. That's not what you want to do. You want to engage both. So the feedback, because the brain plays a mechanism here. Like when you see these balances and what Dana was talking about, a lot of that stuff is a feedback system through your brain. So the brain, what they're trying to do is tease out. So you can get big muscles, like people think, oh, I'll just get the big muscles going. When we talk about muscle neuro re-education, that's training everything, because when you're playing football, like he got the injury to begin with, he didn't predict that movement. His body did that movement. You're not going to be able to predict for him to go in 100%, like we talked about some of the other athletes that we've had, getting back on, taking that first hit, doing everything. They're preparing him better. He's at a whole nother level of training. This kid's doing what today's medicine produces. Okay. So what we really started this segment with, what do the Detroit fans should be worried about?
Yep.
You shouldn't be worried. I mean, like we said,
You
our
shouldn't
son
or should?
should not.
Okay,
Should
should
not
not,
be
okay.
worried. This kid has an unbelievable skill set. He was an unbelievable player before the injury. He broke records at Alabama, I'm pretty sure. I mean, he is a threat. This kid will get mentally back.
And I think that's, again, one part there that we should not be worried. And that's a lot of what the Lions front office is talking about, is saying we were at 32, we moved up, understanding that he had this ACL tear, but he is the athlete, the receiver, that skill level that they're looking for.
Yeah, I mean, skill level is your body, skill level is your mentality, skill level is your mental strength. He's proven he has all that. This kid, a lot of times when they're injured, and somebody has said it, I won't quote it, but one of the previous professional athletes said, my injury early on in my career made me a better athlete later. Because these kids feel they're invincible, right? They don't train like they should. They take it for granted. When they have an injury and they have that wake-up call that I could be injured at any moment, somehow there's a click in their head that says, I'm working harder. I'm working harder than the guy who didn't have an injury before. I don't want to go back there. I don't want that feeling again. I don't want it to happen again.
All right,
so I think this kid's going to be even better because of the injury.
That's a good point.
So we talk about the skills, we talk about the training, we talk about the mental stability that he has, and I think the other part that I want to understand is we always talk about the team and around this player. He had a surgeon that prepared it. Definitely wasn't a Lions, because he wasn't a part of the team.
No, you know what? The Lions surgeon is top notch, anyway.
But what I'm trying to say is he still work in your opinions? Is he still working with that group, or is the Lions and now he's with them? Like, how does that play mentally?
You got to understand, at the professional level, these guys go anywhere. It's not like I'm not locked to the Lions doctors, and that's what when I was into it. They would travel. Their agents get them to where, because they're big money horses.
Yeah,
I mean, they got a lot of money on the line. They're going to the best. You're talking about Andrews Institute. I mean, he's one of the biggest names in sports medicine. I mean, he's got an unbelievable facility. They have unbelievable protocols. They're cutting edge. They're like something we strive for.
Okay.
You know, at Michigan Sports, we endorse those kind of things. That kid's coming back at a whole different level. Because I feel, I don't know him personally. I think he's bought in. I want to be a better athlete than ever. I want to be as strong as I can be. I want to be up there. So when you say, I think what you're trying to say is, when do the Lions training staff take over? Mm-hmm. They're going to integrate. They're going to be a one-on-one on speed dial with the doc.
Okay.
The doctor pretty much hears our protocols. And like what we do, we have to trust our therapists, our trainers. You take it to the next level. I can't be there every day. You're talking about someone who's with you 7 days a week. This kid's working 7 days a week, 24/7. He's got a lot on the line, but I think more than the money, he's got pride on the line. He wants to be a somebody in the NFL. That's why he was that great. That's why he got chosen by Alabama. You don't get onto the Alabama team not being.
Yeah.
One more point.
The concern, though, here is for the fans and everything is, he might not be going he might not be playing in the preseason. And why would they choose that for him not to? Because they want to make sure he's 100 or 1,000%. So I think if you don't see him in the preseason playing in the games, it's okay. It doesn't mean that he hasn't rehabbed 100%. They might just be saying, we're going to wait. Time is always on your side when you're young, because you even get better healing. More time is better. So...
Well,
if they don't have to play him, even though he's eager to play.
So our 5 points in review?
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, pick those up.
5 points in review. I mean,
so number one, do we feel it's a positive or negative? We took him on All Access Sports Medicine. We're saying it's a positive. Number two, he's young. His rehab potential is tremendous. I think his where he had the surgery repair and everything else, top notch. Well, we have our grading system, so we go A+ on that, A on his youth. What's next? His mentality. His mentality.
Yeah.
I think this kid's got it. That's why he played for Alabama. He played for Coach Saban. He's a superstar coming out of grade school.
Correct.
Okay, he's got a dream of the NFL.
Guy was in a national championship. Used to play for Ohio State.
He probably made the difference why they probably lost.
Used to play for Ohio State. Was under the back burner. Went to Alabama, shined, and became a star. I mean, that's a story. He's got it. He has it.
So number 3 was mentality. Yeah. Number 4. I feel because of the injury, it will make him a better player overall.
Okay.
Dana, you got number 5.
Back stronger.
Well, 5, it was just an ACL, because it could have been worse. It could have been an MCL, it could have been meniscus involved, but just straight ACL injury that's just clean and...
Let's rehab it and go.
Well,
absolutely.
All Access
Sports Medicine tells you, do not be afraid. He is going to come back stronger. He will be playing for the
Lions
team.
Moving up to number 12 to
All
go.
right. When we come back,
we're
we will
going to call you back on that one.
Oh my goodness! When we come back, we're actually going to be doing an athlete recovery draft. So we talked about all these different mechanisms and methods of being recovery. I have a list of 12 things here. I want to kind of go in a draft order. Let's put this draft together. I think I'm going to pick the best one. Let's see what our listeners say when we come back. The athlete recovery draft.
When you need an MRI exam, come to the facility that makes your comfort and exam quality top priority. MRI of Southfield provides Metro Detroit's most advanced imaging while maximizing patient comfort. Our truly open Hitachi Oasis system features an unobstructed viewing angle and the most accommodating patient table that no other MRI system allows. Patients and their doctors enjoy fast results without compromising safety, performance, or efficiency. Contact MRI of Southfield today to schedule an appointment or to find out more about insurance and pricing.
And you know what? That was the injury report. I totally missed it, but it was sponsored by OMT Specialists. They are dedicated to providing you the best quality care by applying one-on-one customized treatments with the same highly skilled physical therapist for each visit. Each therapist is certified in orthopedic manual physical therapy, or OMPT, an advanced form of physical therapy that focuses on treating the cause of pain, not just its symptoms. To schedule an evaluation, give them a call at 248-353-1234 or visit them online at omptspecialist.com.
Welcome back to All Access Sports Medicine on Woodward Sports. Here's your Medical Minute, powered by MRI of Southfield.
All right, so yes, it's not necessarily a medical minute. I mean, it's the name of the topic, but it is. What we're going to be doing is I want to put up on the screen the 12 recovery draft
that you and Dana came up with.
Dan and I might have talked about it a few times.
You guys are trying to get ahead of me here.
We might have talked about it a few times. She actually has a printed
it for
copy.
The first time.
You've never seen this, so let's see what we can do. But I want to go in order, and I really want us to understand. We're picking these, and then we are giving reasons why. If we're talking about pick order as well. First pick is your top pick. Okay. Now, if you want to try and play some games where you want to say, I think that's a bad pick.
Can I trade to move up or anything?
Well, I have the draft order. You know what? In all fair, ladies first.
Okay.
Ladies
I like
first.
it.
Well, this is really setting up.
Age before beauty.
Oh, you're third.
And then beauty. So,
wow. This is the most prep we've done for anything so far with the show with you guys.
So let's pull up the 12. Let's pull up the 12 athlete recovery draft picks. Dana, ladies first. What is your first pick?
Okay, we have a lot of good things to choose from there. Some of them could be.
Who came up with these?
Some of them could be wrapped together a little bit.
I'm
going to go with something outside what you would think I would go with.
Mm-hmm.
My number one pick is going to be hydration.
Oh, jeez.
You don't like that?
Well, I mean,
So when you say recovery draft, you're talking about the quickest way to recovery or treatment?
Well, you're going to put a package of 3 together, which 4. We're going to put 4 together, and you're going to say those are the best 4.
You were just at the NFL draft.
I know. We picked
of picks.
Big athletes.
You pick how many,
will make me a better team. Okay, I got you.
Yes.
You want
to form my best team.
Form your best recovery draft things.
All right.
So we have hydration. Why hydration?
You got it. Okay, so if you're dehydrated, your mind and your body, it's not going to work 100%, right? So whether you're in the athletic event, whether you're lifting, whether you're playing,
hydrated right
so
now.
you have to hydrate during, but you have to definitely hydrate active because we're recovering for the next day to do whatever we're going to do or the next few days, right? So if we talk about hydration, there's 3 things that you need. First of all, you need to replace the water that you've lost in your sweating, correct? So that's one part of it. But you can choose any kind of a rehydration beverage. The second important thing is that it has carbohydrates. So when your muscles are working, they're burning sugars. They call that glycogen.
God,
you are so set up over there.
What do you mean? I'm just talking about hydration.
You're on the clock per se.
Okay, so quickly, we want some carbohydrates, we want something with a fluid, and we want something with proteins because you're also.
Are you done?
See, now I'm just going to stop you right there.
Yeah,
you picked hydration.
You helped my second.
Chocolate milk.
But now you're talking about protein powders and things
because
like that.
I'm telling you, the best rehydration is water and chocolate milk right there.
You want pickle juice too now?
Yeah,
That's fine.
That's not on here.
Do you know there's actual product now?
Hydration is H2O.
I'm off-roading.
Let's not
so she's hydration in the other category.
Okay.
So I want nutrition and refueling.
Okay.
I'll go on the same method as her.
Okay.
Me too.
We're piggybacking.
No, I mean
those were his top 2. I can see that right there. Look we just knocked him right out.
Oh my God,
best team.
You guys are so prepped. All right, where's my producer?
Nutrition refuel. Why?
I took nutrition refuel.
You want to give us some context?
Well, the same thing. So I thought this person's injured. You're just talking about I overdid it at training and I got to recover by tomorrow.
Or I'm just every day working out. What can I do to help me? Is it hydration?
Okay, so it's nutrition and refueling.
Okay.
So it's it's the Gatorades. It's it's not just water. It's all the electrolytes. It's the gels. It's all that. So. No. I can't push Citron at this moment.
All right. So, and I think that's, yes. my first, you took first of my two. So
Wow.
I am actually
Definitely.
I'm gonna take a step back, and I'm going into the foam roller.
Are we keep,
So number
You're
one,
picking away from me.
yeah, number
All
one
right.
for me is going to be the foam roller, since my two top picks are gone.
Wow.
Reason why I am picking the foam roller is because to me is a full body recovery mechanism or apparatus, whatever you want to call it, where I can use it on a daily basis before I'm working out, after I'm working out. It is my recovery plan. So that is my first pick. And now,
And I agree with you on that, because you can do trigger point massage with a foam roller. You can change if you want light pressure, you can put the foam roller against the wall. If you want deeper pressure,
I
you
got
can put
you
it on the
beat, don't worry.
ground.
I'm comfortable.
You
with
can
where
do
I'm going.
any part of your body with the foam roller. You can get
And
your
I'm-
back, you can get your butt, you can get
How
your
much time
hamstrings,
do
you
we
can
have
get your
to do this?
quads. So I think that's an excellent pick. That would have been my first pick, except for I needed water
all right.
first.
So in true
You
draft,
guys both prepped.
and in true draft fashion, I now get to go again. So again,
No, I get to go.
No, see what happens is
Oh
it's
my
called
God,
the
wow.
snake order. Okay, the snake order is, and everyone is in the fantasy
All right,
drafts
just
or real
pick
draft.
already. We're
So
running out of time.
my second pick in the second, well, my first pick in the second round, I guess that's what you could say, is going to be meditation.
Ooh, I
It's
like
going to
that.
be meditation.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
And I use.
We didn't ask why.
It's why I am saying meditation, because I feel like you were talking about hydration, to have that mind right. Meditating keeps my mind right, puts me in the sense of I want to go work out, I want to be ready to go. So,
I like it.
Doc, second pick.
When do I get two in a row at the end?
Well, you potentially.
I see. This is not set up for my benefit. I am going to take, without any research and just knowing what I would need, I probably would go with the Theragun.
All right.
All right.
I'm going with the Theragun. Do I need to give a reason, or is it just something?
Well, I mean,
A
you
little
could just-
one, just a little
it's
one.
similar
Just
to the
give me a second or so while you guys dissertate on all the others.
Just a little one.
The Theragun, actually, because of the deep tissue. If you're truly working out deep, it like you mentioned, the trigger points.
Yeah.
I hate to tell you, but the foam rollers, the old method, the Theragun is taking over.
technology.
Oh.
This
The
guy.
technology, the cutting edge stuff. We seem to talk about all access sports medicine.
We did not say that this was your generic foam roller that's three
You got the ones
feet
with-
long.
They have
That's
knobs.
no. They have
Yeah.
knobs now.
Yeah.
They have different
I'm
types.
going with the Theragun.
Okay, the Theragun.
I'm
All right.
comfortable with my Theragun.
All right.
Okay, that's good.
Make
I
sure you're
could-
writing these down and circling them, because
I
we
thought
have to
someone-
present
is
them.
someone
All
taking
right.
care of
that,
this?
that comes back to me. I'm ready for active recovery.
All right.
What is
recovery.
active recovery? Well, that's something that you actually are going to do to increase your circulation. So you're actually, after you've had a moderate to high intensity workout or a big game, the next day, instead of sitting still, you're going to go out and you're going to actively do some form of exercise. Again, it increases circulation so that you get oxygenation to the tissues, you get the amino acids, the proteins, the hydration, everything is going to you. But also, it's going to help clear the muscle soreness, because that's caused by lactic acid buildup. So if you want to go out and you want to do some active recovery, you could do something like brisk walking, you could do light jogging, you could do rollerblading, you could do steady state biking, you could do light resistance, about 30% of what you would do on a heavy.
Look at this face.
Workout. You
look
could-
at,
it
look
could
at Doc's
include
face. He is so
active
bummed
recovery,
out
you could-
right now.
Educator.
It
He's so
includes,
bummed
it
out.
could
I'm learning
include
right
yoga
now.
and Tai Chi.
Again, no,
Okay.
you're not picking, but you can pick your third pick. Is yoga your third pick?
Not yet. Nope. I'm going
What-
to save my third pick. Do you
what-
want me to go on to my third pick?
Well,
Because
you
that
could
was my
snake order.
second.
Yeah, snake order.
I
When
don't
do
know.
I
I'm
get
going to
to
let
pick?
Dr. Pierce go, because
Oh, jeez.
I'm going to let him
You know,
trade.
now we're
He
completely
can
messing up
trade
the
in
order.
for his third pick.
Oh, there's been a trade. He's traded up. He's traded
He's
up.
traded
I
up
wasn't
for his
ready.
third pick.
Am I on the clock?
Yeah, you're on the clock. Who you?
Can someone come out and announce my third pick for me? Can we get Sam on here
You
to
have
announce
some
my
good.
third
You
pick?
like
Come on,
stretching.
hey,
The
hey,
stretching is still available. You are a big fan of stretching.
I am a huge.
That's available.
But
Rest.
I'm worried
You have
about
10
rice.
seconds.
The rice thing.
9,
5.
5.
I will go
2.
with yoga, because stretching will be in yoga.
See,
Okay.
okay. All right.
Yoga
combine
incorporates
those two?
many things. It incorporates meditation, which you think you have alone. I've trumped that. Stretching, which you active recovery. Yoga is probably one of the best active recovery things to do.
Look at this guy.
I have now picked at least 7 different sources within yoga which will come out on my team when we're ready to go.
Well, we're going to
you
allow...
guys are single-minded.
never traded.
We are going to allow the listeners and followers to vote on this. So Doc is done with his 3.
Yes. How do I?
You can go next
You
if
want
you
me
like.
to go next?
Yes.
You really?
Yeah.
Are we taking
I
a
don't think
break?
you're going to pick
Thank
what
you.
I'm going to pick.
Thank
so.
you. I truly appreciate it. So I am actually going to go with... I'm going with the protein powder because I need... I've got my foam roller. I have my meditation. I have
This
to
is a
now...
musclehead.
I have to replenish...
This is a musclehead choice.
I mean, I have to replenish some of my, other things because you took the hydration. This guy took everything under the sun of nutrition and
I'm
refuel.
watching your categories that you guys set up behind my back.
Well, that was my 3rd pick. Dana, let's get your 3rd pick, and then we have Sam Prince coming on.
He's announcing my 4th pick.
Well, I am going to pick, and I'm going to set us up for a whole show. Okay, so I'm going to pick acupuncture, but not dry needling, because there's a difference between the 2 techniques.
Well, yes.
And they're not grouped together, but I do like acupuncture, which is the practice of inserting needles, tiny little needles, done by somebody who's licensed and is heavily trained. And the idea is that they place there's 2,000 trigger points. It's an ancient Chinese medicine activity. Through the years, it's proven, it's research-based, that it helps with certain type of arthritis, depression problems, headache problems, and other things. There is research to back it. But what they're doing is they're putting these needles along certain lines, they call meridians, that chi is flow of energy through the body.
Meditation.
And they do believe that in this form of of needle poking, that they're restoring. If the energy is broken by muscle spasming or dehydration or something, or I'm not an acupuncturist, but if the energy is not flowing, that's when we have illness.
I'm upset
so
because
by
Spencer
doing
hasn't laughed once
acupuncture,
yet.
they restore energy flow, which restores health. Okay, so I am not an acupuncturist, and somebody could come in, and I think that would be great.
You know,
to have somebody in.
She is just like zinger. This is what I want to talk about. This is what I want to talk about next week. Acupuncture. Well, okay, so we have our 3 picks. I'm gonna take a break because I'm getting a little overwhelmed here. But that was our medical topic, brought to you by MRI of Southfield, which has been at the forefront of providing advanced open MRI services for Metro Detroiters for over 20 years. Their state-of-the-art Hitachi Oasis open-sided MRI system provides patients with a spacious and comfortable experience while providing the highest quality of imaging for you and your physicians. To schedule an appointment or to find out more about insurance and pricing, call them at 248-354-5511 or visit them online at mrifsouthfield.com.
Welcome to Michigan Sports and Spine Center, Michigan's top physical medicine, rehabilitation, and regenerative medicine specialists. We are a team dedicated to providing you with the very best in patient-centered care, including personalized, cutting-edge treatments for all musculoskeletal injuries. Visit one of our convenient Metro Detroit locations to get started with a comprehensive exam, pain management, biologics treatments, EMG testing, and more.
Let's take you backstage with our thought leaders of today on All Access Sports Medicine. Thank you to our friends at Michigan Sports and Spine.
With the 5th pick in the 2022 NFL Draft, the New York Football Giants select Kayvon Thibodeau, defensive end, Oregon.
Okay.
Wow.
Hey, Sam! Oh my goodness, so happy to have you on. This is All Access Sports Medicine. Thank you so much for the time today. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic, everyone.
Look at this guy. Hey, Sam, I first want to say we like the background and all. We all know that you're a Giants fan, but you kind of have to side with us as well, Detroit fans. We've had some trouble-ish times over the last couple of years.
They've had a couple of years. We've had a lifetime.
Well,
You're not even old enough to remember a winning year.
So, Adam and Jeff, I'm actually a Michigan fan. My uncle and aunt went to Michigan, and my cousin Alec goes to Michigan right now. So I've been brainwashed to love Michigan. So go blue.
Right. Yeah, nice.
But hold on. I told you if I was going to have you on my show when we were at the NFL draft, We're talking about Michigan State. Adam's the Michigan guy.
This is
so
Adam, go blue.
Yes.
No, it's go green only, or we may have a disconnection or some.
Well, we can still hear you, Sam. So he hasn't cut you off yet. But
I might put the red button out.
Before we kind of get into it, I want you to tell your story, make a wish, and how the experience at the NFL draft was, and not to mention, tell us a little story about Goodell. I guess not a lot of people might not cheer for that guy.
He's
a good guy. So where do I begin? I'll tell my little life story right here. I was born with a half a heart and one lung. The proper term is hypoplastic left heart syndrome. And so when I was 7 years old, my parents decided to put me on a list for a heart transplant. All my life before my transplant, I was basically in a bubble. I could not go up the stairs without getting out of breath, walk down the block without getting out of breath, ride a bike, or go to school, so I'd have to be homeschooled. And on March 13th, 2011, I received the call of a lifetime that I would be getting a heart transplant.
My goodness.
And the next day, on March 14th, the gift of life happened. I received my heart. And 11 years going strong right here. I thank my donor family every single day for donating, selfless act, donating their child's organs. And this was a young kid, so if anyone knows something organ donation, a child can't get a adult's heart because it's gonna be too big for them. It has to be a perfect match. And so I wear my green Donate Life bracelet every day. If someone I think Spencer, someone sends me out the info for you guys, I'll send you guys green Donate Life bracelets.
Oh, perfect. You know what? That would be awesome.
That'd be
and
great.
I would gladly wear them off and show them off over here at All Access Sports Medicine.
Absolutely.
And so go ahead, Doc. You had some time with Sam.
We got to spend some special time. You took an NFL draft. Roger Goodell was like being booed, and when you came in, you changed the atmosphere. You know yourself, you were probably one of the biggest hits after the top 10 picks. I think you were the other person they were talking about. But seriously, to get up there in front of that audience, people didn't get to appreciate the expansion of that audience all the way back. Did you really get to be able to look out there and see all those people cheering you on to announce that pick?
So when I went out of the stage, I saw bright lights, people, thousands of people going back. There it is, back, in. So all I see is people. So if anyone knows about the draft, you have the inner circle fans where there's about 20 to 25 fans of each team.
Crazy people.
In like an inner circle, crazy fans. So the Giants fans were actually up front. So I saw them first. I was looking for them right when I was actually starting to see people. And then I was like hyping up the crowd. I'm like, I'm going to enjoy this moment. I'm not just going to walk on stage like,
yes.
You know what? I got to enjoy this.
No, you did not just walk on stage.
So I was hyping everyone up. I knew it was actually Kayvon Thibodeau before I walked on stage. They gave me the card 2 minutes ahead of time so I can practice his name. I was practicing all the names before the draft, so I wouldn't make any mistakes and become a living meme.
Yeah,
for bad reasons.
I've almost done it 3 or 4 times with Jameson Williams. A few times today. So completely understand on that side of it. And
so did you get to go backstage at all and hang out with the guys? Were you in the green room?
So I was in Commissioner Goodell's green room. I was not with the players. So a little bit about Commissioner Goodell. A lot of people think he's a jerk. I did not make a judgment on him because I never met him, and I don't like to make judgments on people if I don't meet you.
That's a good way to be.
Yes. See, a true gentleman right here. True gentleman.
Right. He's a New Yorker too. What are you talking about?
Yeah. So Commissioner Goodell is actually a really nice guy. He spent more than 20 minutes with me just talking about my life. I was asking him some questions. I gave him a Donate Life bracelet, and he put it on. And for him to put it on really meant that he really cared about me, because he could have just said thank you and put it in his pocket and never thought about it again. He talked with me. He talked to my dad, too. He spent more than enough time with me. He could have just introduced himself, took a picture or two, walked on stage with me, and then walked away after and said, have a nice life, goodbye. But no, he did the exact opposite. He was with me for a long time, but he was showing me how everything worked, and he was asking me about my dream, becoming a sports broadcaster, and what are the things I do, stuff like that. And he was really impressed, which I really appreciate that, Commissioner Goodell. And currently, he's my favorite commissioner in all sports.
Yeah, we won't comment on that because I don't know if anyone is loved in the commissioner's sport. I know hockey role. For sure. No.
Yeah.
NBA is a question mark, and who am I forgetting?
The baseball?
Oh, yeah, he's well loved. So, yeah, Goodell's competition isn't tough. Yeah. No, but give us some ideas, for people that weren't there and kind of your 5 big takeaways. I mean, one, obviously, making the announcement, meeting the players and all that. But what was your top 5 highlights of besides meeting me?
Oh, jeez.
Oh, of course.
Can
I talk about when the Giants surprised me with Make-A-Wish? Can I talk about that a little bit?
Of course,
Absolutely.
yes, of course.
I can't disclose everything because there's going to be an ESPN My Wish documentary series coming out about me. There's going to be in July, so I can't say how the Giants exactly surprised me. So when I met Eli Manning, I mean, that man is my idol in life. I mean, I'm like, oh, you're Eli Manning. You're Eli. And I didn't want to go fanboy at him. I was like, you're Eli Manning. You're Eli Manning. So, Make-A-Wish, they're an amazing organization. If you guys don't already know about them, they grant wishes for kids who have terminally ill illnesses like me. I can't thank them enough. They really have done things beyond my dreams. They made this weekend beyond everything I could have ever expected. So then I got to meet Joe Shane and Dabes. They told me, I don't know if you guys saw the clip of me going, yes, sir, when they told me. That was an amazing moment. And another moment I loved when I was in Vegas, I was just getting the whole draft day. I was on the red carpet. I got to meet some of the players. I actually did not get to meet Kayvon or Evan Neal, which is kind of surprising. A lot of people kind of funny. I wanted those players. I'm happy. I'll meet them eventually. I mean, I think another moment of mine has to be announcing the pick. I mean, that's my wish.
There you go. And you know what, Sam? We truly appreciate the time, being able to come on, tell your story, talk about the Make-A-Wish Foundation, and honestly, thank you for coming on today.
Yeah, so I know you have your own podcast. You want to toot out your own podcast right now?
Yeah. I'll plug my socials. My podcast is called Prince of the Pod. You can find it anywhere you get your podcast, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, or anywhere you listen to it. I mean, that's the 3 main platforms right there. And then we're also on YouTube, Prince of the Pod, TikTok, Prince on the Pod, and Instagram. And once again, the podcast is called Prince on the Pod on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube, and anywhere you find your podcast. And then my personal account is Sam the Prince 14 on Instagram and Twitter.
All right, so we're definitely going to share each other's sites, be a virtual team between the two of us. Be happy to come on anytime you want. If you invite us, we'll come on to yours. But real quick,
I'll invite you guys. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Real quick, where are you at in life? People want to know. I mean, you're 19 years old, finishing up school. You're a little bit. What's the dream? What's the next step? What's the next chapter?
So currently, I have 6 days of school left. I am going to go to Ithaca College in the fall. I'm very excited about that. And my dream is to become a sports broadcaster and eventually cover the draft for ESPN, NFL Network, Fox, or a major platform like that.
Are you a Marv Albert fan?
I am.
Well, again, Sam, thank you so much for coming on board. We appreciate it. We look forward to the next time and also seeing your show and the experience with the Giants in the summer. So thank you again.
We promise to play this clip when you make it big.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, thank you guys. I'll have you guys on Prince of the Pod soon. I'll be in contact with you guys. Thank you so much.
All right,
have a wonderful day. Well, that All Access Sports Medicine.
Exciting.
The guy has so much energy.
Yeah, we need some of that.
Yeah. You know what? Hey, Sam, you wanna come on here and just do my job? Not a problem.
Do we have a clip of him doing it?
We showed it.
Oh, you did. I missed it. Then.
You were so busy.
You were studying.
Okay. Right.
She was studying her.
Wait, I wanted Sam to announce my last pick.
She was studying her last pick. I know Amy is coming in for the Hero of the Month, and I think we have time. Really quick. All right. Don't give out the reasons why. All right, I just want that final 4th pick from the recovery draft. Right now, I have foam roller, meditation, protein powder. Dana, let's get that 4th pick.
Really?
Well, let's go with hot tub.
Hot tub.
I like the hot tub.
For what reason?
No, we're not giving out that reason. Hot tub's that 4th pick. The pick is in Doc. 4th pick.
It's between cryotherapy and rice method. I'm going with cryotherapy.
Cryotherapy. Don't remember, not giving that one out. I am going to go with rest. Going with rest because
my people are resting in the cryotherapy.
See, he just zinger. But I'm going to go with rest. We'll see who wins the draft pick.
How do we determine who wins?
The listeners and the followers will make that decision when we come back. The Hero of the Month. This is All Access Sports Medicine. For over 25 years, Michigan Sports and Spine Centers have been providing complete care in the world of sports medicine, rehabilitation, and regenerative medicine. Using cutting-edge treatments and dedicating themselves to overall health improvement, their patients recover at rates well above the national average. To schedule an evaluation or to find out more about their services, call 248-426-9944 or visit them online at michigansportsandspine.com.
At OMPT Specialists, we focus on you by providing one-on-one care. And that's when you see the real results.
When I consider the one-on-one approach to physical therapy, I was really happy with that idea. We had been to several other physical therapy clinics, and OMPT just really stood out.
From back pain to post-surgical recovery to chronic pain, when your doctor refers you to physical therapy, opt for OMPT Specialists.
When you need an MRI exam, come to the facility that makes your comfort and exam quality top priority. MRI of Southfield provides Metro Detroit's most advanced imaging while maximizing patient comfort. Our truly open Hitachi Oasis system features an unobstructed viewing angle and the most accommodating patient table that no other MRI system allows. Patients and their doctors enjoy fast results without compromising safety, performance, or efficiency. Contact MRI of Southfield today to schedule an appointment or to find out more about insurance and pricing. Welcome to Michigan Sports and Spine Center, Michigan's top physical medicine, rehabilitation, and regenerative medicine specialists. We are a team dedicated to providing you with the very best in patient-centered care, including personalized, cutting-edge treatments for all musculoskeletal injuries. Visit one of our convenient Metro Detroit locations to get started with a comprehensive exam, pain management, biologics treatments, EMG testing, and more.
Gain more confidence in your body with LightRx. We offer non-invasive treatment options like laser lipo, laser hair removal, and body contouring that deliver dramatic results with no surgery or downtime. Our expert staff will help you find the services that best fit your body goals. Save 70% on our favorite treatment plans and get ready to look and feel like your best self. Visit lightrx.com/Woodward Sports to learn more about this limited time offer.
At OMPT Specialists, we focus on you by providing one-on-one care. And that's when you see the real results.
When I consider the one-on-one approach to physical therapy, I was really happy with that idea. We had been to several other physical therapy clinics, and OMPT just really stood out.
From back pain to post-surgical recovery to chronic pain, when your doctor refers you to physical therapy, opt for OMPT Specialists.
Give it up for the Hero of the Month on All Access Sports Medicine, brought to you by LightRx.
Welcome back to All Access.
I cannot let this show end.
What?
Without the comment on your outfit today.
All right, hold on. Let me bring this down. I can't hear you. What did you say?
Speaker.
I said, I can't let the show end without a comment on your outfit today.
We'll wait till the end of the show because we have Amy. We have Amy Bonds. Is it Bonser? Bonser?
Yes. Yeah,
Amy.
you.
Amy. So coming here from the Living and Learning Enrichment Center, Hero of the Month. First off, just tell us about the center and tell us.
Let's announce what it is and what we're doing. So we're honoring their charity, which is focused on children mostly with autism, all with autism.
Actually, we focus on teens and adults with autism, teens and adults with autism and developmental disabilities. There are a lot of programs out there for children, and we're trying to fill the void for the population that ages and still needs support. So we are a nonprofit. We're located in Northville. And
You're not just located in Northville. You have a beautiful mansion you guys converted
campus
into an unbelievable campus.
We do. Have you been to the campus?
I've been fortunate to get an honorary tour. We are Athletes Unlimited does sponsor your program.
And thank you for that.
So it's definitely in our mission statement for kids with challenges and disabilities. So you guys definitely have, it's a very unique, I encourage everybody to come see it. We're going to sit here and talk about it, but I mean, you'll admit it doesn't do it any justice until you actually are out there experiencing it.
I couldn't agree more, really, to see the facility, the property, and see our people making progress every day is really amazing. So,
to be honest, when I went there, I was a little, this is a little bit post-COVID, and people know that have listened to me. I'm not real happy with our community of life right now. People helping others and really stepping up and going the extra mile. When I went to this campus to see people truly giving their heart, their energy, their volunteer time, I mean, it gave you hope again that there are still a lot of good people in our community that are trying to do the right thing. And you're just surrounded, and the beauty of the place. And I saw it early on. I've heard it's growing by the month.
It really is. I work off campus. I manage Mod Market, which is located in downtown Northville, in the space that actually was where Living and Learning occupied before we outgrew and moved on. So do you mind if I speak a little bit about Mod Market?
Go ahead.
Okay.
This is your moment.
Yeah.
Well, thank you. Well, when working there, Rochelle Vartanian, our founder, realized that we had a lot of talented individuals among the program participants and thought there's got to be a way to help them earn money on their talent somehow, and kind of kept that in the back of her mind. And also being a parent of an individual on the autism spectrum herself, she knew that opportunities for employment training, for employment in general, are very limited for an individual who has different needs. So she retained the space, and we opened Mod Market in September of 2019. And about 50% of our artists and makers are people with special needs. We have about 80
Can you
artists.
emphasize that? I mean, people.
Yeah.
I don't want that point to slide by, because that's really a uniqueness of you guys. So can you expand on that a little bit?
Sure.
That the people with the challenges that we're calling, I don't like to say disabilities, but their challenges are producing a product to make money.
Yeah. So we actually have two brands that are unique to Living and Learning. One is Uniquely Mod, and the other is Extraordinarily Mod. Uniquely Mod products and Extraordinarily Mod products are the products that are made within our programs on our property, and the proceeds from the sales continue to fund our programs. And much of the funding stays at Mod Market for our employment training programs. And our artist participation, our artists that are also our program participants and members, their confidence has grown. When we first opened the store, we only had 26 artists, and I would say about 20% of our artists at that time were individuals with special needs. And I think as they've seen their peers sell their artwork and gain recognition, and I'm able to help coach the artists who are amateurs, so help them present their artwork in the best possible way. I've seen confidence grow, I've seen participation grow, and that has been really fulfilling and exciting. And we're able to shine just the best spotlight on what they do. So that is referring to our individual artists. They make their artwork in their own homes, their own studio facilities, and then they partner with us to sell their artwork just like any other artist. And the Uniquely Mod and the Extraordinarily Mod products are made on our property. And those are brands that we intend to grow, and we have plans for that a little bit at a time.
Okay.
So those products on your campus, I know there's the lavender. Tell us some of the products. I know there's lavender, there's honey. What am I missing?
So actually, the
lavender
lavender's not for sale yet. that's coming
Don't
soon.
be giving out secrets.
Oh, sorry.
You are, I know. And then the honey and the eggs are actually sold on the front porch of our campus every Friday from 10 to 12. I'm not able to sell the honey in our store.
And again, where's the campus? How do they find you?
Yeah, so the main campus is kind of on the border of Northville and Novi. The address is 801 Griswold Street. It's where Griswold dead ends at 8 Mile. Big white house, 14 acres of lush property. A lot of people notice the alpaca from the street. We have 2 alpaca, 3 more coming soon.
Wow.
And we have a 4-hole putt-putt course right on the corner. So those are the things people usually notice right away. And it was very important to Rochelle, our founder, that our organization be a part of the community. So the property has been a gated property when it was a private residence for decades, and now we welcome the community to walk the property. Tours are available on a scheduled basis, but the property is open for people to enjoy. It's really gorgeous.
I think it's such a great story. Talking about the supporting the teens and the adults. Giving them the comfort to be a part of the community, and I think that seeing their smiles on their faces and kind of how excited they are about that is what kind of brings me into it.
Very much so. And then at Mod Market, we are training in customer service and retail, and so when our customers walk in the door, they're greeted by someone who's in training. The cash register is operated by someone who's in training. We're teaching them how to tell customers about our products. And now that they're making the products, that gives them something that they can talk about. And back to the products, some of the things we make now are 100% soy wax candles. We have 12 cents. We do hot pads, bracelets, eyeglass chains, mask chains. Bonfire starters are some of our most recent products, and we'll be doing bath and body products in the near future.
So something else that's very impressive, especially having, being a physician treating some of these individuals, it's the biggest thing for it is that it's barrier-free, no judgment. Mm-hmm. So when people young families with autistic children that they don't know how to go and they don't necessarily fit in a classroom or another setting, they're able to go there with no judgment. They may have an outburst. They may have something that's just outside what we would say the normal behaviors. There's no judgment there. These kids are allowed to express themselves. They're encouraged to express themselves. And it's a freedom. It's not just for the child itself, but it's for the family too. There's a family relief from that also, that I can take my loved one somewhere and they can be themselves. And I think that's one of the biggest things. I think you have to agree. I love the products and all that, but the mental anguish that can be going on is really being addressed at a place like this. And it is unique. I've been very close to autism and what we've done with a lot of foundations over the last 26 years. And she's really taken a unique purpose to it. It's kind of the open framework to it, which is really, a lot of it was enclosed, it was in small rooms. She's opening it up, and these kids are allowed to start living and breathing in open environments like that, which I think is huge.
And I think the way that the community is welcome and the way we embrace having the community join us just helps us to build awareness, and acceptance is really what we're seeking. And we're fortunate to have the support of the community, support of organizations such as yours, and we couldn't do it without it.
We love you coming in. I'm excited to talk about it. I would love to be able to get maybe a video that you guys have of it.
Sure.
And maybe try to plan a future show in the summertime when the lavenders are all out there. Maybe we'll come out there live with a show or something like that. But
sounds amazing.
It's just, I think a lot of people appreciate it a lot more that way.
Amy, thank you so much for coming on today.
Thank you.
We will definitely be having conversations with your organization over the next couple of weeks. Thank you for your time today. Looking forward to learning a little more about the Living and Learning Enrichment Center over the course of this month. Thank you. All Access Sports Medicine.
I think we crushed it this week.
I mean, you know what? We're moving in the right direction, right? And I think
so.
What we need to do is to tell the listeners and the followers out there that last pick. You're going to have to tell us why we picked that last pick but we're gonna do it. We're not gonna do it now.
Oh.
We're gonna do it on our Instagram. So follow us on Instagram and see why Dana and Doc and myself picked that 4th pick. Looking forward to you coming back. All Access Thursdays 5 to 6. See ya. Have a good one.
Peace out.